What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Hey man, am I the only one that's really tired of this Megan Thee Stallion and 1501 debacle, the back and forth issue that they're going through? I can't be, right? The latest update in their saga is that 1501 actually tried to block Megan Thee Stallion from performing and having her music nominated at the American Music Awards. Now, to some people this may seem very unimportant, but if you think back to last year at the American Music Awards, I think she cleaned up and won like 5 or 6 awards last year, so she gets a lot of love from the AMA. So for Crawford and the label to try to block her from getting that same level of recognition and love this year, that is kind of a big deal. Not to mention the fact that they're trying to block her from having connection to her own music. Like, how you gonna block her from getting nominated or performing? You know what I'm saying? At that point, you're basically trying to revoke her access to her own catalog, basically saying you can't perform it, you can't have it played nowhere. They're basically trying to stop her from even associating with the content that she's creating without their assistance, because she hasn't been in none of their studios, hasn't utilized their producers, hasn't utilized Carl Crawford's resources or anything since 2020. So in order to make sure that her appearance goes through smoothly this weekend, she actually was able to successfully get a restraining order placed on 1501 Certified, not only them but also 300 Entertainment, which is the bigger label that 1501 is signed to, right? So she has a restraining order on both of those labels so that they can not hinder her using her music at the AMAs. Now the big thing is, why is she filing a restraining order? Of course, in the communities that we grow up in and the things that we see, our understanding of a restraining order is that you can't be within a certain amount of feet within a person, you know what I mean, in terms of being physically around them. But for this particular type of restraining order, it's just a written instruction made by the court that forbids a particular action, in this case 1501's actions to Megan's music, which means that they can't impede on what she's doing until a judge rules a certain way, right? So they gave her the permission to basically move about freely for the time being. The reason for that is because Megan was able to provide evidence that this company 1501 and 300 Entertainment have engaged and will continue to engage in retaliatory actions against her, right? And they've also made threats, right? So of course we've seen Carl Crawford get on live, we've seen him do interviews where he's talked at length about his connection to Megan, sometimes his lack of connection to Megan, how he feels he's been wronged in a situation, and how he's going to continue to press the issue on her until she pays him a certain amount of money. The whole thing of this is, being that she turned in that album, Something for the Hotties, last year, that was supposed to be her exit from 1501 Certified and 300 Entertainment. However, due to the nature of the project having a lot of skits on it, some interludes, some short songs, some unreleased material that wasn't necessarily album material that he felt was adequate, he was trying to dispute the fact and say that she still owed more music to the label. At this current point, it doesn't look like things are going to be ruled in 1501's favor, because every injunction that he's tried to enforce on Megan, she's been able to actually have the courts reverse or overturn those injunctions, right? So at this point, it really seems like 1501 is pulling at straws just to retain some type of remnant, some type of connection to the Megan Thee Stallion story, or to muscle her out of the money that she's been able to acquire since blowing up, you know what I mean? Because she did blow up on 1501, but at the top of 2020 she got with Roc Nation, or at the end of 2019 going into 2020 she linked with Roc Nation, and they've basically turned her from a emerging artist that was hot to an international star. So of course they looking at it like, but you still signed to us, how they gonna just take you and blow you up like that? They need to be paying the finder's fee, they need to be paying the people that set the foundation for you to get there. Unfortunately, Roc Nation ain't trying to do that, Megan ain't trying to do that, and again, it doesn't look like 1501 is gonna come out on top. At some point Megan may be forced to pay an amount of money, you know, some sort of settlement. I don't think that they're going to walk away scot-free, but based on the unconscionable nature of her contract and things like that they've been fighting about, I don't see Carl Crawford making an astounding amount of money. I don't see him walking away with her still being on his roster. And outside of Erica Banks, who I don't see representing 1501 like that. She's more so representing Erica Banks at this point. I don't see who he's going to follow up with to ensure the long-term success of his label, which is really seeming to be the problem. At any rate, that's all I have on this story, man. I will keep up with it as it develops. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. How do you feel about this? Do you feel like Megan's gonna walk away scot-free? Do you think she's gonna have to pay some money? Do you think she's gonna have to turn in another album yet again to the label? Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments, man. Be sure to like and share this video. And if this is your first time seeing me, hit that subscribe button, hit the post notification bell for all updates, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right, much love and respect, y'all. Peace.